Good. All right, so I'm going to do this from the right to the left here. 60 minus 31.1, 28.9, 44 minus 41 is 3. So right here, this is our D low. 3 degrees, 28.9 minutes. And I'm going to draw a picture of the time zones. Right here is the center of the time zone at 45, and we are west. This is the center of the time zone, CTZ. And our current position is 41:31, so, and that's west. So we're like over here somewhere. I'll draw a little dude here. So this spot right here is our D low. Now as the sun goes this direction, it's going to hit our head, and then it's going to hit the center of the time zone. Center of time zone is what zone time is based off of. So when the sun hits the center of the time zone, it's going to be later for us. It hits here, and this over here is like 11:55. The sun hits here, and now over here we're like at 12:10. So I need to add the time to from this D low thing. So I like to use this. Mike, will you check out the camera and make sure it's focused on the right stuff? I'm going to look back here in the book, and we're going to use this thing called arc to time, and it's right here. And how you do that, this is like how fast the sun moves angularly. So I need to change 3 degrees, 28.9 minutes into time. So right over here, I'm going to get 3 degrees. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
Alright, so we got 12 minutes for the 3 degrees. And then I got 28.9 minutes, and that's over here on the right. A single tick right here is minutes, so I'm going to go 28. And 0.9 is pretty much 30, so we'll say... Okay, so what we're doing right now is we got our D low, our difference in longitude, is 3 degrees, 28.9 minutes. I've changed the 3 degrees into 12 minutes from the arc to time table over here. The 30 minutes of time changes into 2 minutes. So that's 14 minutes that it takes the sun, or civil twilight, which moves at the same speed in the same direction, to get from where I am to the center of the time zone. The center of the time zone is the time that my watch keeps as I'm out there shooting the stars. So, as the sun is here, or civil twilight is here, the actual time on my watch is earlier than... So, like, if the sun is here, it's only 11:50 on my watch, even though that's what's right over my head. So what I need to do is subtract this number, 14 minutes, from right here, from my local mean time. So 1915 minus 14 minutes, which is the D low, is 19:01, and that is my zone time of civil twilight. That is an important number right there. Okay, now that we have our zone time, which is the time on my watch of civil twilight, for the place where I think I'm going to be at 1930, thereabouts. Let's see, that's this information. That's my DR. Right over here is the time of civil twilight. Now it's time to I want to find out what stars are going to be out, are going to be working really well at that time. So we're going to use 249 for this operation. Now, let's see. I'm going to figure out GMT first. So I want to figure out the GHA of Aries, the LHA of Aries in particular. So that'll get me into 249. And you can see right here that the LHA of Aries is an important number in here, and my DR latitude. This is the 249. We'll get to that in just a moment. So my DR position for 1930 on December 12th is 24:041, 31.1 minutes west. I need to figure out what I'm in ZD minus 3. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I'm just going to double check that. 41.5 divided by 15. Yep, that 2.7. That's close to 3. We're in ZD minus 3. So that means at if it is, and I'm in to the west, if it's 1930 and ZD minus 3, it's going to be later in GMT, so I'm going to add 3 hours to this. 19, 20, 21, 22. So GMT 22, 30, December 12th. That's important. Now I go into the Nautical Almanac. Let's look up December 12th. Here's Aries is what I'm looking at. December 12th is right here, 22:30. Here's 22. So GHA of Aries, 51:30.5. And that's at 22 hours 0 minutes. And I'm going to be going out another 30 minutes, so I need to get that from the back, minutes and seconds. This is the back of every nautical almanac. It's just like this at 30 minutes 0 seconds. For Aries, I'm going to add another 7 degrees, 31.2 minutes. Now, I add 30.5 and 31.2, and that ends up being 61.7, which of course is another degree. So 30.5 plus 31.2, 61.7. I'm just going to do all the steps out here so you can see. This is equivalent to, I'm just going to subtract another 60 off there, 59 degrees, 1.7 minutes. And that is going to be the GHA of Aries. Now we need to get to the LHA of Aries. We do that by add east, subtract west of my longitude, which is right up here. I'm in the west, so I'm going to be subtracting 41, 31.1. Oops, I should have just left that. I'm going to ignore this number right here and use this one up here because it's already carried over for me. 61.7 minus 31.1, 30.6, 58 minus 41, 17. LHA of Aries, local hour angle of Aries at the star time, at civil twilight. That number will get me into 249, which is coming up next. The first thing I do to get into 229 here is I need to have my DR latitude. I'm going to use this one right here, 24, 25. I'm going to round it to the nearest one. 25 is less than half, so I'm just going to go down to 24 south. So right here, I'm in the northern hemisphere. Let's go to the southern hemisphere. Let's go more south. 22, 23, 24 south right here. The LHA of Aries from here to here is 0 to 90, 90 to 180, and so forth. The LHA I'm looking for is 1730.6, almost 18. So I got 24 south. That's good. It's good to always double check these numbers. LHA is 18. LHA of Aries is 18 right here. Now, what 229 does, it gives me 6 of the best stars and the direction to them and the estimated height of them. There also see some little diamonds next to them, and that's, if you only get 3 stars, get these 3 stars. They have the best spread. But often, some of them is going to be covered up by a cloud. You're just going to write down all of these. The actual direction to them, 017, 056, 086. It's going around the whole compass, the whole circle, all the way up to 343. And the heights of all the stars are pretty reasonable. This one's at 41, 26, 30. When you get out there, you stick your fist out at arm's length, and that's going to be about 10 degrees. So when I'm out there, I'm looking for Rigel. I'm going to face towards 086, put my arm or my fist out, and go 1, 2, 3 fists up. That's about 30 degrees, and Rigel should be right there. All these stars are all the brightest stars. In particular, actually these are all bright stars, but the ones that give the best spread here are these guys right here. So these are the ones I'm going to look for in particular.